Hi, I'm Dana, and today we're going to have another little chat about one of the things that I am finding a little bit difficult lately, which boils down to I'm quite afraid that if I stop doing anything I'm doing, I will never be able to do any of it ever again, and it will just fall completely out of my routine, and it just won't be something I think of, it won't be something that I do, it'll be something that causes me extra anxiety. There's a whole variety of things that I don't always want to do, I don't always need to do, but I feel like if I don't do them, I very simply will not do them again. One of the things that's like actively quite annoying about this is that one of them is going to coffee shops. I have a handful of coffee shops in the town that I live in that I feel comfortable going in. I've been with somebody else before. I know how they work and I feel comfortable going to them. And it's a part of like the social time that I have in a week, because I have to speak to someone. Essentially, I have to talk to someone and make my order, and people here are friendly, so I tend to have like a little bit of like some level of a back and forth, whether it's like, how's your day, what are you up to, so, like there's some sort of like social interaction that absolutely fucking horrifies me. It terrifies me. It makes me literally like, I will go and order my like food and my drink, and when I sit back down after having this minuscule bit of back and forth that is a part of their like every single customer interaction, I'm shaking. Like, I'm physically shaking. It absolutely terrifies me. But I've gotten to a place where I can do that like once a week. Do I need to be spending £15 on scrambled tofu on toast and a coffee every single week? No, I really don't. I really actually don't. I'm scared that I'll never be able to go into a coffee shop again. Like, if I don't go regularly and make myself just do it and deal with the anxiety that it makes me feel and get, you know, like, that's the thing is like, I had like exposure therapy type things before I knew I was autistic, and they absolutely traumatised the ever-loving hell out of me. They weren't things that I liked, they weren't things that I enjoyed, and it was just absolute hell to have to keep doing it. So it's one of those things where I do at least enjoy this, I do at least like it does feel worth it. I could really do with saving the money and doing it like once a month, but if I was going to cut it down to that, if I don't go and do it for 2 weeks, I would be absolutely shitting myself to go in and do it again. It's out of routine, it's not like, it doesn't feel right anymore. What if they say something about it? What if they're like, oh, we haven't seen you for a while? I'm going to cry. Like, I'm going to literally cry. So as much as I enjoy it, it's very much become something I feel like I have to do in order to be able to keep doing it. And there's a massive level to which I'd rather not. It's not the same vein, but I scoop Otis's litter tray and do my dishes every single day. And I've had a bunch of days where I'm like, I'm not going to do my dishes today. I don't have that many dishes. I don't actually have to do them every single day, and I'm not feeling it and I don't want to. And I absolutely, like 100% of the time, end up doing them before I go to bed, because the idea of them sitting there makes me feel fucking terrible. And if I come down the next morning and they're all still sat there, I think I'll just start piling them up, and I'm never ever going to do my dishes ever again, because it just feels like a whole like monumental task at that point. And there's a level to which I have validated myself within this, because when I first moved in, scooping Otis's litter tray kind of like fell out of routine for me, and I had a whole bunch of days where it would be when I smelt it, or like right before bed when I went to the bathroom and looked at the litter tray and was like, shit, I haven't scooped that today, and I would do it then. But it's once it's slipped from my routine, there's some things that I'm like, I think I'll be too anxious to do if it slips from my routine, if I'm not like used to the anxiety that it causes me. And then there's other things where if it slips from my routine, I just forget that it exists. It completely leaves my entire brain, it leaves my entire headspace. It's gone, it's not in my routine, so that means it just does not exist in any reality anymore. And it's been a real battle to get that back into like a normal part of my routine and actually remembering to do it. And I'll give myself that, like, I was eventually like he exists, Otis is around. I was prompted every day to eventually remember, and I still did it every day. But it's just, I had it where like it was happening every 24 hours. It was precise. It was in my routine. I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew that it was clean, and it just fell away a bit. And I was really genuinely scared of like forgetting about it. And it doesn't feel like the kind of thing you should be able to just forget, but it definitely felt like something I was going to just forget, you know? Since moving, I've also joined a little like variety of groups and little like community happenings that go on. I'm part of a silent book club. There's like a thrifty queer social thing that I like to go to, and I go to a singing group once a week. And like this morning, I didn't want to go to the singing group. I really like actively did not want to go. I don't feel particularly well. I'm having quite a just kind of day. I'm not feeling my best. And I will give that like it's specifically for like autistic and people with mental health issues and things like that going on. So I did have the benefit of being able to be like, if I'm not masking the best, if I can very much just be myself, not having the greatest day, and people are going to be understanding and accepting of that. So I am going to go. But also, like, why the fuck did I make myself? Like, I did end up enjoying it. I don't feel, like, worse off for having done it, don't get me wrong. But also, I think I actually really would have benefited from a rest day and from not doing anything like that today. Like, I already have to make a video. I think I would have benefited from just staying in my house, not going out, not socialising with people. And I didn't do my best job of socialising with the people there either, you know? Like, I didn't process everything that was said to me. I made little mistakes that I wouldn't usually make. And again, no one cares, no one minds, everyone's really nice and accepting and kind about it. But I didn't have to go, you know? Like, most weeks it is a slightly different, like, mixture of people, because not everyone shows up every single week, because it's not, you don't have to. It's fine. You can take a week off when you're not feeling it or when you've got something else on or whatever else. Like, there is no reason for me to, like, put this pressure on myself to go. But also, again, if I hadn't gone today, I would then have like an extra massive build-up of anxiety about going next week. And I don't know if I'd manage it. And the longer that goes on, the more likely I am to never fucking show up again. And it's one of those things that like, it sounds kind of silly, but also I've done it many times before. As a teenager, I would have groups that I'd been going to for like 2-3 years. And then I'd be forced to miss a session because of like something out of my control, something going on with my parents, like a double booking, whatever it was, I would be forced to miss it. And then the next week I would go and stand outside and I can still feel how it felt, the way that like my face would get hot and I'd start to sweat. I just thought, I can't go in. I can't go in there. I very simply cannot do it. And I just wouldn't. And all of a sudden, this thing that I've been attending regularly for like ages, I can't do it anymore. It simply like feels so far outside of anything that I'm capable of doing. And there are also the kinds of moments where people want to like help you through, man. So there was the odd time that someone would like find me outside and be like, oh, Dana, it's nice to see you. We're here next week. Come in with me. And like, that's nice of them. Like, don't get me wrong. I do appreciate that that's nice. But also the way that I am as a person and the way that my autism like presents as, in me as a person means that I'm going to go in and I'm not going to be able to speak and I'm not going to be able to like process things or focus on anything, and I'm probably going to then start to become more and more embarrassed because I'm not doing the right things. I'm just fully not fucking there mentally. I'm not doing any of the right things. I'm not feeling it, like I can't communicate with anyone. I'm not able to speak. I'm not processing the words they're saying. I can't understand what they're saying. It becomes this whole really terrifying situation for me, and I flee, I leg it, I just leave. I'm just like, I'm going now, bye. And I'm definitely not going back after that has happened. So there is a level to it that's like understanding myself and knowing that I do have to push through and just keep going to things sometimes because it's so much worse if I don't. But there's also the level to which sometimes I just need a fucking rest. Sometimes I need a little break. Sometimes it's not the moment for me to be going and doing something. And like, especially when, like, one of like the moral conundrums that I've had the last many years now is like, if I'm slightly unwell, if I have a bit of a cold, I know that I shouldn't really be going out and doing anything with anyone or like interacting with people because like I'm gonna get them sick. But also if I don't go out and do it, I'm not gonna be able to fucking do it again, you know? And like, there's been several times again where that's what's made it a thing for me. That's what's made me not go back to places. Just whatever it is that stops me from going or doing the thing is probably the last time that I did it. Was probably gonna be the last time that I ever do it, because like, I just can't deal with the like massive extra amount of anxiety that I feel when I haven't done it, you know? Like I genuinely feel less anxiety doing something for the first time than I do returning after having had a little break. And like, even if it's not my break, and that's where I think it is like a massive part of like the routine for me, because I did, within my little singing group, we took a week off because it was half term, and I felt exponentially more anxious going back after that, because it had been 2 weeks, and that's really scary for some reason. I don't know. It really, I was terrified. I was really genuinely quite afraid of going back after that. And like, I didn't miss anything. No one else were there either. They were all off living their lives and doing whatever they do when we're not at that group together. Like, it just, I don't know why I do know why it affects me so much. It's because I'm autistic and like, that's my routine, that's what I do, and suddenly it's not there. And then you've got to reintroduce it back in. So the thing changed and then it changed again. And like, yes, it's changing back, but I just about got used to the last change and now it's changing back, you know? That's what it is. Like, changing things changing and things being remotely different is actually really stressful and scary for me as a person. And that brings us to one of the things that's like kind of prompted this video, because I've just booked my train ticket to Leeds, which is like the closest city to me now, I think. I'm very excited about the event that I'm going to there, but I haven't been in a city for the last 3 months. I haven't been to a city since I was last in Liverpool. I didn't fucking enjoy that an awful lot, if I'm completely honest with you. Cities are very overwhelming. The amount of just ambient noise that exists in a city actually like really fucks me up sensory wise, and I've only really realised that now that I'm living in a place that's so much quieter. And I'm so scared of just existing in a city. I'm so scared of being around that many people, being in a space that's so like built up, and like there's just buildings, there's no fields, there's no hills, there's no grass. And like I haven't even fucking been to Leeds before, and it's still in Yorkshire. I might still fucking adore it and be like, oh, this is fine after all, but I don't actually know. And just the aspect of being in a city again, I don't like it and I don't want to. And there's a level to which I think this is actually really good for me. Maybe I should just like go to a city every like 3 months so that I don't try to exist in a field for the entire rest of my life. I don't want to. I don't want to go to Leeds. I don't want to be in a city. I don't want to hear all of the sounds and see all of the people and have all of the smells and just all of it. All the hustle and bustle of a city is actually far, far too much for little old me. But if I don't do it now, not only do I think I'll never go to Leeds, I will never go to a city again, I will literally just stay where I am. And I don't want that. Like, I get some really lovely validating comments about like how great it is that I go out and do all these things and go to these places. And like, I agree, like I'm pretty fucking proud of myself for doing it, I don't lie. But also like, how tiny and boring and sad would my little world be if I didn't make myself do these things? That's what makes me do it, you know? Like, it's not that I don't get anxious about it or I'm somehow like so much braver than other people or whatever else. It's very simply that I'm so fucking depressed if I don't do these things. I'm so sad. I feel like there is no point to being alive and there's no point to my life, and I never get to feel any joy, because as overwhelming anxiety and as anxiety inducing as these things are, they are the things that bring me joy and make me feel happy, make me feel like I'm like doing something with my life and experiencing things and seeing things. And like literally yesterday I went and met up with a friend that I made on the bus to Hebden Bridge, and like, that's a pretty fucking big deal for me, you know? Like, and if I wasn't going out and making myself do these things, that wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't be making these connections. I wouldn't be building myself like the life that I want. It's still fucking terrifying. And it's so much to deal with, and it's so overwhelming and overstimulating, and there's just so much going on all the time. And remembering when things are coming up and managing to make plans for people appropriately, like, it's all so fucking hard. And I could really do with a break from it all. But if I took a break from it all, I think I'd be taking a break for the rest of my life, and I would never get back into it, and I would just never do any of it ever again. I know that's really dramatic, but that's how I feel. So there you have it. That's today's video. I'm scared of stopping doing any of the things that I'm doing because I feel like I'll never get to do them again. And I will also give that I'm in like an extremely lucky, privileged, happy little position where the things that I'm making myself do are things that are fun, they're things that I enjoy. It's not having to like force myself to go to my full-time job, you know? Like, I am very fucking lucky in that regard, and it does make it a hell of a lot easier. Like, I dropped out of college, and I think that was like when I was 16 and when I was 18. I'm now 28. I don't have an education, and I think that is largely because I had like 6 weeks where all of a sudden I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to go to school, I didn't have to get public transport, I didn't have to do any of it. And then there was just this random day when my parents were like, alright, off you fuck then, go get the bus, go get the train, go to college. And it was just so fucking much, and I wasn't supported for any of it, and it was an absolute nightmare. And if I hadn't had that massive break, I do wonder if I'd have been able to deal with it a little bit better. But we're never gonna know now. So that's that. That's the video. If you would like to see more content like this, you're welcome to subscribe, you're welcome to like this video, you can do whatever you want. You can also find me over on TikTok and Instagram if you want to see more content from me. I still post about autism, but obviously like it's a different format over on TikTok. And I mostly just post aesthetic pictures of Yorkshire on Instagram at this point, but like gorgeous, you should check it out. You can also find me over on Ko-fi or Patreon if you would like to help me out financially. You don't have to, there's no pressure. Again, you can do whatever the fuck you want, it's entirely up to you. I feel like I've been forgetting to say in videos, but I also I do really appreciate comments. I really enjoy it being a discussion. I really enjoy getting to see other people's like perspective and opinion on what I'm saying and on the topic of what I'm saying. So it would be lovely if you did want to comment, but there's never any pressure. You don't have to. Again, for the last time, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's all good. So whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days. Because if I stop doing this, I might never post a video again, you know?